Hey guys, I want to actually discuss, review Matched by Condie, which is the first book of the series. Um, I've had this for over a year now, I think, and the only reason why I picked it up to read it is because my book group on Goodreads, we're supposed to read Matched and Delirium this month for Battle of the Books. So that was the only reason why I actually picked it up. Yes, I mean, I want to read it, obviously, because I bought it, but it just, I guess, wasn't something that I wanted to pick up right now. I've got so many other books. This one wasn't, it wouldn't have been the one that I would have picked up on my own. This is a dystopian romance type novel. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I'm actually really glad that this was something that we were supposed to read this month because I completely enjoyed it. From the very first page, it drew me in. And like you guys have heard me say before, I love it when a book draws you in from the very first page. It was one of those ones that I felt like I needed to devour the book. As soon as I started reading, it was like it just didn't take me long to get through the pages. It was very, very quick. So I really enjoyed it. I don't know if you say her name as Cassia. That is how I'm going to pronounce her name for the review. She is a young lady who, I think she just turned 18. I can't remember if it's 17 or 18. I think it's 18 though, but I can't remember. She's turning 18, and so it's time for her to be matched. And pretty much this government, we all know dystopians have to do with the whole government taking over type thing. I found that this dystopian was definitely one that I could see as reality. I think this could definitely happen. Pretty much the government tells you what to do. They tell you who to marry and when to marry them. So they match you when you turn 18, but they don't allow you to get married until you're 21. And the reason behind that is so that they can make sure that you are at your peak for becoming pregnant and having a healthy baby. I believe the cutoff of getting pregnant is 31. Past that point, you cannot get pregnant. I don't know what they do. I mean, I don't know if they actually give you hormones to stop that or what. Or if they go and do surgery on you. I don't really know. But they tell you who to marry. They tell you when to marry. They tell you when to die. I know the community that she lives in, or province, or whatever they call it, at the age of 80, on your 80th birthday, you die. They make sure that that happens. They tell you how to exercise. You're not actually allowed to run. You're only allowed to run on what is a tracker, which I think is essentially a treadmill, but it keeps track of how fast you're going and how far you've ran, like how hard you've run or you ran. But and the reason for that is so that people can't over-exercise. They can't become too skinny. They control your food intake. Nobody cooks except for the people who prepare the food. Everybody, like if you're at home, you'll hear like a ding or something. There's some kind of bell or chime or something that goes off around dinner time, and that means that your food has been delivered. Pretty much everybody eats the same food. Like everybody's food, when they open up their little foil packs, will have the same food in it. But like a young man's portions obviously would be larger than a girl's. And so they're able to control the portions of your food. You're not allowed to share food. Like, you know how we are today. We're like grabbing stuff off each other's plates or whatever. You're not allowed to do that. And the reason being is because that portion is like made especially for you, to control an outbreak of anorexia or any kind of disease like that. That's what they say the whole match thing is so that they can make sure that everybody's genes like are good to decrease chances of illness. I believe cancer is like gone now because of it. It's just, I don't know, it's just so crazy to me. But as I was reading it, I realized this actually could be reality. It definitely could be reality. The government controlling our every move. They pretty much tell them when their leisure time is and what they can do for their leisure time. They're only given a few certain things. They have gone through everything, all of the paintings and all of the art that we have in this world. They destroy everything but 100 of those paintings. They have made a choice in years past what 100 paintings are the best and the ones that they need to keep. And those are the 100 ones that they have. There is nothing else. Everything else has been destroyed. Poems, all of the poetry that we have. They've gone through and gotten rid of everything else except for the 100 poems that they have deemed as worthy to continue. 100 songs, 100 films, that type of thing. There's only 100 allowed of certain things. Pretty much, I almost think it's because they're trying to tamp down creativity, because I think creativity allows rebellion. They don't ever say that in the book, but I think that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to control all of that. And I don't know, as I was reading it, I kept thinking, this could be our reality, the government controlling our every move. So I think maybe that's why I connect it so much more with this story than some of the other dystopians that I've read, because this definitely I could see as being real. As I was reading it, it's so funny because thinking about how the government controls everything, there was a certainty to everything. You weren't scared of not finding someone to love you. That's been chosen for you. Or they do choose people to be singles as well, but they know how to help them have like a full life. So there was a certainty to everything. You weren't scared of different things. It was like you knew something was going to happen. You were okay. Everything was being taken care of. So as I was reading it, there was this slight bit part of me that was like, I get it, I do get it. Like, everything is being chosen for you. Could you imagine? You wouldn't have to fear anything. You wouldn't have to have anxiety about making decisions. So it was like this little itty bitty tiny part of me that was thinking, that might be okay. But then, of course, because we have freedom, it was like, go away. I don't want to have that kind of thinking, because I want to be able to choose what I want to do. I want to be able to choose how many children I have. I don't want somebody to tell me how many children I'm allowed to have. I want to be able to choose my husband. I want to be able to choose where I live. I want to choose my job. I don't want somebody to tell me what kind of job that I have to have. So, of course, after that little tiny thinking of, wouldn't that be wonderful? I wouldn't have to worry about making decisions. Of course, I would rather have my freedom. Yeah, I might get anxious and nervous about stuff, fear of the unknown, but I would much rather have that than somebody telling me what to do every step of the way. So anyway, now that I've told you about the world, the girl, Cassia, what they do is whenever it's time for their match, they go to this big banquet, and they're shown on the screen who they're going to end up being matched with. For Cassia, she's lucky because she is actually matched with somebody from her province. She actually knows him. That usually does not happen. Usually you're matched with someone outside your province that you do not know, but she was lucky and she had that. They're giving a micro card to take home that will give them all the information they need about the person that they were matched with. Their favorite colors, their hobbies, maybe stuff about their family, that type of thing. She goes home and puts her microcard into the port or whatever it is that they have. And his face comes up. It's like, congratulations, Cassia Reyes, or whatever her name is. Your match is. And it is Xander, which she grew up with, and he is her best friend. And that's her match. But all of a sudden, the screen goes blank, or it kind of goes black, I guess. It's a black screen. And then all of a sudden, she hears the message again. Cassie Reyes, congratulations, your match is. And it's another name and another boy's face. And it's Kai. And she does know Kai. He is from the same province. And so she's really confused now because she has two choices. And she has to make the decision, which boy do I want? And so she makes a decision. She goes with that. Um, but as the story progresses, of course we know that's going to happen. The choice that she makes kind of starts slipping away. And eventually she does fall in love. And it kind of just goes from there about what happens with the love, and I cannot wait for the second book. I can't wait to see what happens. There's tragedy. There's just, I don't know, there's so much emotion in the book. She wrote it really well. I was so impressed by this book. I just felt like she just drew me in. She drew me into the book. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it was kind of like an emotional roller coaster. You got excited with her. You got sad with her. I don't know. I absolutely loved it. I could see this being a movie or something, and I would so enjoy it if it was a movie. But I recommend this completely and wholeheartedly. With me giving 5 out of 5 stars, I was just so impressed by this book. I cannot wait to read the second. I hope it does not disappoint me. I know the second book usually is not as good as the first. I'm really hoping that it does not disappoint me. So that's it, Matched. Give it a try. I really enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.